This iconic duo was songwriters, lyricists, and actors. This duo ruled the R&B scene for more than 4 decades. The duo's biggest success came during their time at Motown Records. The centerpiece of today's story is all about the legendary duo of Ashford Simpson. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Nicholas Ashford was born in Fairfield, South Carolina on May 4th, 1941. As a child, Nicholas and his family relocated to Willow Run, Michigan. In 1959, Ashford graduated from Willow Run High School. Now, between the years of 1959 and 1962, Nicholas attended Eastern Michigan University. Meanwhile, Valerie Simpson was born on August 26, 1946 in the Bronx, New York. Valerie graduated from Evander Charles High School and went on to study music composition and piano at the Chapman Square School of Music in New York City. Ashford and Simpson met in 1964 at Harlem's White Rock Baptist Church. That same year, the two released a couple of tracks for Glover Records under their names Valerie and Nick. The duo recorded singles such as I Find You and Lonely Town. Initially, the two recorded together and wrote multiple solo tracks for Glover, Verve, and ABC Records. The duo had more success as a team, composing for other artists. In 1965, together with Josephine Armstead, they penned The Real Thing for Betty Everett. To me like this could be the real thing. Lately I've been acting strange. And Let's Go Get Stoned for Ray Charles. They continued to write more songs, such as One Step at a Time for Maxine Brown. Not if you want a love that will last, no baby. Don't push me, slow down. Hey Ho, What You Do to Me for the Guess Who. I wanna tell you what you do to me. I wanna tell you what you do to me. Hey. And Never Had It So Good for Ronnie Milsap. The next year, the trio wrote The Hard Way for the Nashville Teens. There was very little bread to eat, looking for a teacher to teacher said, Cry Like a Baby for Aretha Franklin. And oh, when I'm alone, yeah, I just cry like a... And I Don't Need No Doctor for Ray Charles. 'Cause I know what's in it. Ashford Simpson joined Motown Records as part of Holland Dozier and Holland writing and production team. The duo's debut collaboration for Motown was with Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Well, we were approached to submit songs for Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. And I think it was Johnny Bristol and Harvey Fuqua, who were the producers at the time, who were looking for material for them. They were producing Marvin Gaye and Tammy. And actually, that was our entree into Motown. And the song that we gave them, which was Ain't No Mountain High Enough, we had just played it for Dusty Springfield, and we almost gave it to her. But then realizing that Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell were looking for a song, it felt so right for them that we had to call up Dusty and say, so sorry, but we got to pull our song and give it to Johnny. And that's how he got the song.
These songs was Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain.
And Your Precious Love.
Oh, baby, so much joy wrapped up in it.
The next year, they wrote more songs for more Motown acts, such as Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing,
No,
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby.
You're All I Need to Get By,
You dedicate my life to you. I'll go where you lead.
come on, baby.
Always there in time.
and Keep On Loving Me, Honey for Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Keep on loving me, honey. Don't you go nowhere.
Don't you know I'm satisfied?
Some Things You Never Get Used to for Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Sometimes I think my heart is conjoined, and there's something bringing more down.
I'm Your Man for Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers.
Was born to be, and now my life can begin.
Also, Destination Anywhere for the Marvelettes.
I don't care. You see, my baby don't want me no more in this old world.
The duo wrote more songs that next year with You Ain't Living Until You're Loving,
You think you're so way out, and you got all the action. Still, you can't find no
Good Lovin' Ain't Easy to Come By,
Loving ain't easy. Good loving ain't easy.
The Onion Song, and What You Gave Me for Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Make a sound. Though it seems my world is crumbling, honey, you don't know.
Also, Didn't You Know for Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Hey, baby, did you know you have to cry sometime?
In 1970, the duo wrote Reach Out and Touch,
make this world a better place. If you care, just try.
and Remember Me for Diana Ross. Also, Who's Gonna Take the Blame for Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
When you threw a stone and you broke a window pane.
From the years of 1971 and 1972, the duo created more songs for Diana Ross and the Vandellas as well. By 1973, the duo's singing career didn't start yet until Ashford wrote and Valerie recorded the song Keep It Coming for Motown, followed by Give Me Something Real for Warner Records. Now this album peaked at 156 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 18 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. This album included 3 charted singles such as I Know You, Have You Ever Tried It,
Have you really put your mind to it? Use your heart and soul.
and Bend Me.
You just do what you gotta do. Yeah.
The next year, the duo released an album called I Wanna Be Selfish, which peaked at 195 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 21 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. This album had 2 charted singles with Main Line
Ain't the father, but he's a miracle worker, they say.
and Everybody Gotta Give It Up.
Break down your guard till I do the
Simpson also sang background vocals for Paul Simon's song 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover in 1975. In 1976, the album Come As You Are peaked at 189 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 35 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. This album had a couple charted singles such as It'll Come, It'll Come, It'll Come.
But sure enough, like the fruit, it's gonna fall.
Somebody Told a Lie,
Found it, yeah, and it's deep inside, and I
and One More Try.
wanna try if I might to give it one more try.
In 1977, the couple released two more albums, with So So Satisfied, that peaked at 180 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 30 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, and Send It, that peaked at number 52 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 10 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, also going certified gold. The charted singles that appeared on these two albums was Tried, Tested, and Found True, So So Satisfied,
Like being dry
Over and Over,
time and time again. You can't be nobody's lover.
Send It,
You had it for a day.
Don't Cost You Nothing,
Reaching for perfection.
Think about the reason you exist.
and By Way of Love Express.
With time and preciousness, hoping, praying, going slow.
In 1978, the duo performed as vocalists on Shaka Khan and Quincy Jones' song I'm Gonna Make You Love Me. Later that year, the duo released another album called Is It Still Good to You? That peaked at number 20 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 1 on the Billboard Top R&B Album charts, also going certified gold. These was followed by the charted singles It Seems Too Good to Hang On,
Everything I do seems to hang on. Was I
Is It Still Good to You?
Don't know if it's right to do. Nowhere to turn to.
and Flashback. That next year, they released the album Stay Free, which peaked at number 23 on the Billboard 200 charts, number 3 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, also going certified gold. The duo released their last album for Warner Brothers in 1980, with the album A Musical Affair, that peaked at number 38 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 8 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Now this album had 3 charted singles with Love Don't Make It Right,
Love don't always make you.
Happy Endings,
to write a book I know?
and Get Out Your Handkerchief.
You're gonna cry.
Getting ready for this. It's a real humdinger.
In 1982, the duo signed to Capitol Records. For the remainder of the 80s, the couple released albums such as Street Opera, that was released in 1982 and peaked at number 45 on the Billboard 200 charts, also number 5 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. High Rise, that released in 1983 and peaked at number 84 on the Billboard Top 200 charts and number 14 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Solid, that was released in 1984 and peaked at number 29 on the Billboard Top 200 charts and number 1 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, also selling over 500,000 copies, going certified gold. Real Love, that released in 1986 and peaked at number 74 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 12 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. and Love of Physical that was released in 1989. It peaked at number 135 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 28 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Also during the 80s, the duo released notable charted singles with Street Corner, Solid, Out of the World, Babies, and Count Your Blessings, among many more. In 1978, the duo was given the pleasure to develop the soundtrack for the 1978 film The Wiz. In 1986, the duo performed on the television show The Equalizer. The couple's last album, titled Been Found, was released in 1996 and peaked at number 49 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Beginning in the late 80s, the duo they began to record and tour occasionally. In 1996, the couple created the Sugar Bar, which was a restaurant and live entertainment facility located in New York City. On Thursday nights, the duo hosted open mic where Queen Latifah, Vicky Natali, and Felicia Collins all stepped on their stage. The duo also explored in DJing for WRSK radio station in New York City. In 2009, they recreated their hit song Solid and renamed it Solid as Barack in honor for Barack Obama's presidential inauguration.
New tonight, we've learned that Nick Ashford has died. Ashford was half of the Motown singing and songwriting duo, Ashford and Simpson. They wrote songs for Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye, as well as Shaka Khan. We're told Ashford had been suffering from throat cancer. He was 70 years old.
On August 22nd, 2011, just 4 days before Valerie's birthday, Nicholas Ashford sadly passed away at the age of 70 from complications from throat cancer. The duo received the Rhythm and Blues Foundation Pioneer Award in 1999. They was also inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2002. Valerie Simpson was inducted into the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame as an inaugural honoree in 2021. Now before we go, I have a few questions for you all. Would you like to see an individual video on Nicholas Ashford and Valerie Simpson? Also, what is your favorite song from the duo or a song that the couple produced or wrote?